Bill Finnegan. Does that name mean anything to you? It should. What is up, YouTube? I am Buddy Blues, and today we are talking about the mighty, the famous, the mythical Klon Centaur. In between the year 1990 and 1994, adventurer, explorer, hiking extraordinaire Bill Finnegan invented the Klon Centaur. And it has become one of the most famous and most cloned overdrive pedals on Earth. It is believed to be the most transparent of all overdrives. That's not a thing. And it is also believed to be the cleanest boost. During the early 90s, whenever Bill Finnegan would build one of those mighty Klon Centaurs, he would goop the circuit. Gooping the circuit is something Alexander Dumble did as well, which is put actual goop on top of the circuit so that cloners and people that wanted to see what's inside couldn't tell what parts were used. In doing that and building a limited number of pedals, that created that mystique behind it. What helps your business more than skyrocketing demand, very low supply, mystique, and John Mayer? In previous videos, you've seen me use the Klon a lot, and right now I'm going to take an in-depth look into it. I personally do not own an original Klon Centaur. I have played one, but I don't own an original. But what I do have is a Ceriatone Centura, which is essentially the same thing, and that's what I want to get you guys to understand. Should I go there? Okay. Guys, girls, not a single girl watches this channel. Guys, there's nothing mystical about electrical components. Nothing. There are rare components, which I guarantee you the Klon Centaur does not have. Jimi Hendrix's Octa-Fuzz, for example, uses those NOS, the caps, those really old germanium. You know what I mean? Sure, those are rare. They're not mythical. They're not mystical. There's no magic. It's a circuit. It's very simple. And so Nick and the folks over at Ceriatone, I was corrected about 8 times on the previous video. I'll link that previous video here about how to pronounce Ceriatone. So sorry. Like I was saying, Nick and the folks at Ceriatone have taken a Klon Centaur and built it spec to spec, and it sounds dead accurate. How do I know? Because I've played an original Klon and they sound the same. All right, let's head on over 2 feet back and let me show you how I use the Klon. I'm gonna play my custom shop wedding guitar. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it right here. I'm going to also play my Ceriatone overtone special. I'm going to give you the clean sound, and then I'm going to run through a little bit of knob twisties left and right on the Klon Centaur, and I'm going to put a couple of overdrives that I usually do before it, and maybe a fuzz. Let's get to it. All right, I've got my trusty 1970 custom shop Fender Stratocaster. Here's what it sounds like clean. So I've got the Klon where I kept it on the board. So I've got it how I usually use it in a live situation pretty much, which is everything at 11 o'clock, just shy of 12 o'clock, just a little bit shy of 12 o'clock. And that's how I do it. Here's the Klon by itself, again with the clean sound. As you can hear, it's not crazy gain. It's not crazy amount of gain, which even when I dime it in a second and I show you, it's not going to be that much. And it's not what I use it for. A lot of people do use it for a clean boost. And a lot of other people, like Scott from JHS, would tell you, no, use it as an overdrive itself. again, for reference, I'm running my Overtone Special pretty clean, which is what I always have my amps at. I never have, these days, let's say these days, before I upset some people, I don't have the amp cranked like I used to and control the rest with my volume knob. I do use pedals nowadays. So I have my amp running pretty clean, and I like to do the reviews with a clean amp so that you can have an actual reference rather than I've got death metal going on the amp and then, hey, let me add another overdrive pedal to it. A friend of mine told me that yesterday. Anyway. It's got that John Mayer sound, it really does. Lower the volume on my guitar a bit. Trying not to get sued and demonetized, so let's change the song as much as we can. All right, let's mess around with the settings a little bit. Here's our gain knob. I'm going to give it a little yeet. See what I mean? I mean, you're not going to be playing doom metal with this. Let's give the gain the old yeet. Yes. Back to where it goes. I'm going to add a fuzz behind it. So let me show you what that fuzz sounds on its own, so you get an idea of what a Klon really does after a fuzz or after an overdrive pedal. Here's the fuzz by itself. Here's that same riff that I'm gonna get sued for with the Klon after. You see what I mean? It just fattens up the sound, adds a mid-range punch, boosts the volume a bit, and thickens the whole sound altogether. Ladies and gentlemen, the Klon is a roux. I just turned the fuzz off. Let's add a JHS Morning Glory before it. Here's the Morning Glory without the Klon. Insane. All right, I've got one more thing that I want to show you that a Klon does incredibly, and it's putting it after an Octa-Fuzz. If you don't know what an Octa-Fuzz is, stay tuned on this channel, subscribe pretty please, because I'm going to have an entire section on it very soon. Here's the King Tone Octaland on its own. Here's the King Tone Octaland with a Klon after it. So if I didn't have the Klon or anything after that Octa-Fuzz, with the settings I've got it on, very important, it wouldn't sound that full. So here's this lick, for example. Here's the same lick without the Klon. Double stops without a Klon. Note just dies out. So Klon is life. Get yourself a Klon. Thank you. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you have now heard the mighty Ceriatone Centura. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing. I have been Buddy Blues and you have been the people of the blues. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and show this video to your stepbrother. Until next time, thank you so much.